Well, good morning, a very warm welcome to Kigali in Rwanda. We're getting ready for the penultimate race of this week of racing here in these World Championships. We're about to bring you the 65th World Championship with the Elite Road Race. As always, we're here in central Kigali for the race start. We're about to bring the riders to the start line to get this race underway. We're right next to the Amahoro Stadium, meaning peace in Kinyarwanda. Our 45,000-seater stadium, and we're alongside the convention centre. You can see here this dome-shaped landmark inspired by the traditional huts. Of course, outside Kigali is all about the rice and the tea and all the fruits that are grown in this region. Women's Elite Road Race is about to get underway. The riders are on the start line. They've been signing on for a little while, getting themselves ready for racing. "25 degrees. Light rain is forecast today, but we'll talk about the weather in a little while, because the weather is incredible the way it changes here in Kigali. We haven't had rain so far in a race, and it looks like at the moment we're going to start in the sunshine again as we look out over this sprawling area. These are the last winners of this world title. Lotte Kopecky was the back-to-back winner 2023-2024. She's not here to defend her title, so we will have, well, maybe a new world champion this time. This was the run-in last time in Zurich, another rain-filled race. It was an all-out sprint between Kopecky, Elisa Longa-Borghini, and coming up on the right-hand side, Chloe Dygert. But it was Kopecky who took the title ahead of Dygert, with Elisa Longa-Borghini in third place. Another consistent performance by the Italian rider. Lotte Kopecky took the victory at the end of what was a very tough bike race in the rain. Let's take a look at what the riders face today. 3,300 meters of climbing. We're on the same circuit we've been using for the road races over the last few days. 11 laps of this local circuit to decide the world champion. There's the circuit, there's the climbs, 11 laps, it'll be a few hours of action. There's the profile. This is a very tough bike race. Well, the riders are now assembled. They're on the start line to get this race underway. We're looking forward to seeing who makes the moves, who's going to be animated, who's going to get involved in the action nice and early. How are things going to roll out? So are we going to see a big peloton that is riding more conservatively because it's the World Championship road race? Or are we going to see an all-out bike race? There's all these questions to be answered in the next few hours. Here's our commissaires. They're all on the cars and on the motorbikes and making sure that all the rules are adhered to. Here's our start list. We'll let you digest it. We'll talk about all the favourites as this race gets underway. In the background, as we enjoy just taking a look at which riders are going to be taken to the start, is the magnificent tea plantations. Tea cultivation began in Rwanda in 1952. It's one of their major exports. 2 different tea estates here in Rwanda, and at both you can enjoy demonstrations and cupping ceremonies and enjoy actually cycle routes through this particular area, which would be, can you imagine how stunning that would be? Total of 104 riders then on that start list from 44 different nations. The front row of the grid is assembled, the black lead car is ready. We're just waiting for the final moments to tick down until the start is given on this World Championship. 164.6 kilometres. We had the sign-on earlier on today. Ethiopia, well, they just had a fantastic performance in the junior race. Their riders here, 3 riders. Then Rwanda signing on with their incredible kit. Diane Ingabire, Violet Irakosi, Zavalin Merera and Valentin Senga. Kenya signing on. Here's the team of Australia, a strong squad for Australia in this race. Here's the team of Australia, a strong squad for Australia. Here's the team of Australia, a strong squad for Australia in this race.
everyone to indeed finish the day. There will be some that are approaching being lapped. They will be gated and taken to the side of a bunch ride through. I don't think we will, because there's certain teams here that, quite frankly, would love to shake things up. But 164 kilometres is a long distance, especially with perhaps unfamiliar climate to a few. They're just gathering everyone together, and soon we will be racing. The one thing they do have, Brian, is a well-mapped idea of what this course offers. We know as well, that does not mean it's predictable.
Yeah, they've already done some sighting laps earlier in the week, and I think most of them have watched the other races on this circuit. And just to put it into perspective, we've got, you know, about 50 World Tour riders here. That's the highest level. Second Division Pro Team 12, Continental level 13. As Carlton says, we've got riders here that haven't raced in over 300 days. Some of the riders from some of the smaller nations. So we've got 29 of those debuting this year in the World Championships. Guinea, Tanzania, Senegal, Botswana, Comoros, Guinea-Bissau, and the individual neutral athletes. So, you know, there's a few athletes that we've seen at the back already. This is the first chance of world title glory. So let's give them all the support we can get.
The Amaro Stadium, the Stadium of Love, that sounds like, doesn't it? Next to the DK Stadium, where we started off with our individual time trial with a raucous atmosphere. The fans will be out in force despite the cloudy weather here. We're generating our own wind, but there is a little bit blowing, as you might be able to see from the top of the trees. I'm expecting this to be reasonably lively at the beginning. For some athletes, they would like to get themselves at least mentioned before the pointy end of the day. We saw as well, great result for Africa, best ever for Ethiopia, and Kese Kiros. Won't be giving too much away for those of you who would like to watch on Catch Up, the women's junior race, but Kiros with a 7th place in that race was absolutely superb. Just as a warning, we might well be back referencing that race a little bit later on, but for Kiros, that giving great impetus and hope, I think, to a lot of the African athletes to go well here today, at least in the early stages, maybe.
Yeah, history already been made, and you know, nice to see so many, you know, African riders in this race today. When we break it down, we've got 52 riders from Europe, 25 riders representing Africa. North America got 10, Oceania 7, Asia 7, and South America 3. So we have got probably the most that we've seen ever in the World Championships from Africa. This is why we're here. We're trying to inspire, you know, the young African young riders, and you know, that's why we're here and seeing some new countries at the World Championships.
It is about spreading love. Let's not forget that. And we're actually loved Kigali as well. A lively city, as you can see. Still some dirt roads within the capital, but an absolutely incredible course, I have to say. Infrastructure-wise, after their troubles in the 90s, of course, money poured in